Good afternoon, all you hardy souls who braved the snow and wind and joined us this afternoon. And now please join Hans Wick as he leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for the four-way test of the things we
think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Okay, now, those of you who are visiting or brought a guest, you may remain standing, and everyone else may sit down now.
Thank you, Hans. My guest today, well, actually Dorothy Rupert's guest today, but due to the weather, I get to introduce Steve LeBlanc. And Steve and his family are long-time residents of Boulder. I'm sure you've heard the name. And he's here because Dorothy invited him. So I got lucky. Thank you.
And this is the camera over there. So my guest today is Susan Buchanan, my very good friend, recently retired executive director of Boulder Valley Women's Health Center. And she comes from a Rotary family. Her father was a Rotarian for many years, and she is interested in finding out a little bit more about what our Rotary Club is about. So please welcome Susan.
Good afternoon, everybody. We have our inbounders here today as well as one outbounder, so I'm going to let them talk a little bit about what they've been up to, what they're going to be up to, and where they're going.
Hi, I'm Lily from Brazil, and well, I'm enjoying cheerleading team in Fairview, and it's been so fun. I'm making so much friends. My life changed a lot since I enjoyed there, and yeah, that's it.
Hey, I'm Noah. I'm from Austria, and I'm excited to go skiing in Copper this weekend.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm from Boulder, and I am going to go to Switzerland, and I'm very excited.
Nice.
My name is Mark Casey. I visited last year, and I'm back visiting again. Thank you.
Have you, Mark?
It's my pleasure to have Jim and Jamie Dixon as my guests today, and they are special people, and you are special people, and you need to get together.
Thanks, Willie. Thank you all for welcoming our guests today. Thank you.
Yes, welcome. So you may recall something like this being on the tables a few weeks ago, and there's been a change in the schedule for the next suicide prevention training. Instead of being on February 21st, when we will be at the Avalon, we've decided to move that second class, that second suicide prevention training class, to March 6th. And next week, Norma Portnoy will have more details on it. But the last class was sold out, so to speak. There were 40 people, I believe, who attended, and no empty seats in the room when I went in there to bring Dorothy Rupert her walking sticks. So I expect the next class will be similarly well attended. Signature event announcement. It's tomorrow. And that's it. I understand there might be one or two seats available. One seat available. If you like filet mignon for dinner and you want to come, this is the event. This is the seat for you. All right. Next up, T.K. Smith, and we're going to recognize some of our own Paul Harris Fellows today. T.K.
Thank you, John. Well, the victims and awardees are coming forward. I just want to say again, it's a real honor to be able to present these Paul Harris pins. And we're going to have a special treat because we have a major donor at the end. So the next slide talks about every Rotarian every year. That is our theme. And we are working our darndest to get everybody in this room and everybody who's a member of this 225-member club to become a donor. We have roughly a third of the folks who are members but are not active donors, but they're working their way toward becoming a donor. And I want to encourage and urge and nudge. And the simplest way to do that is with this form, the Rotary Direct form. You sign it and everything happens automatically. It can't be easier, and it's beneficial for everyone. And you're going to hear a great presentation from Randy about one of the great programs that Rotary does around the world. The next slide talks about not service above self, but I want to talk about the two elements of Rotary, service above self, which most everyone's familiar with, and the monetary support. This slide right here represents a study done by Johns Hopkins to look at what is the impact, what's the size of Rotary's work. And they come up with 47 million volunteer hours per year, and they only have an $850 million value, which seems to me ridiculous. That's about $18 an hour, and I don't know any Rotarians who work for anything close to that. And just as a reminder, on the next slide is a list of how the Paul Harris Fellows, what the monetary impact is, and of course the major donor impact. And we're going to talk a little bit more about major donors. But we have, in this club of 225 members, we have 126 current Paul Harris Fellows. And we're in, I think, striking distance and taking that up to maybe 135 or 140 in the next couple of months. So I invite you again to put that on your agenda of things to do. So now that we have awardees, let's start with, well, Larry's up front. We'll start with Larry. Paul Harris +1. I think John's going to do the honors here. Larry. So congratulations and thank you to all of these guys. And Lynn Johnson, his first Paul Harris, and with it comes a frameable certificate. I don't know where you're going to put that, but that's right there. And John will present that to you, and along with your Paul Harris pin. So thank you. Next up is Tom, who's at the back of the line. So if he would come forward. As you can see, Paul Harris +3, so thank you for that, and congratulations. And John has your pin. Time for a lady, Norma. Norma Ekstrand, Paul Harris +6. Now, this is serious business when you get to Paul Harris, but congratulations. And I might add, she's using the Rotary Direct to help her in that direction. It's so easy. Put it on your agenda. Bill Moore is up next with a Paul Harris +6. Congratulations and thank you. And Mike Simpson, Major Donor 1. Thank you so much. That's terrific. He's got the hardware. And I've asked Mike to say a couple words about why and how he became a major donor.
So the truth is, I did it the easy way. I joined Rotary 43 years ago, and I've given a little bit every year. Every year what I could, and every year it got a little bigger. I tended to focus on the Paul Harris Fellowship focus on Polio Plus. And as I stand here today, I'm sort of conscious of the fact that my early gifts back in the late 1970s when we first talked about it, and then in the 80s when it got big, probably helped enough children survive the scourge of polio because they were vaccinated, that there could be as many as 1,000 of them now who are active Rotarians. So if you're looking for a well-managed charitable investment with that kind of leverage, you can't do better than the Rotary International Foundation. And one of these days, if I can stay in Rotary another 40 years, I might get major donor too. Thank you.
Thank you to all those Paul Harris Fellows for your generosity. And let's see, one of the things that if you are giving to the Rotary International Foundation that you're also supporting is the Rotary Peace Fellowship. And the Rotary Peace Fellowship was started in 2002, and since that time, the program has trained more than 1,300 fellows who now work in 115 countries. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the application period for people who want to apply for and receive a Rotary Peace Fellowship just opened this month. And I received a directive from the district that says, as club president, it's your job to make your club aware of it. So these fellowships cover tuition, room and board, all of the travel expenses, as well as if there's field study expenses. And if you know someone who is interested in applying for a Rotary Peace Fellowship, come see me after the meeting, and I will give you some more information. We have an unscheduled announcement. Or is it unscheduled? It's scheduled with me, and since I'm president, yeah, it's on your table. Okay, Bill Anderson wants to tell us about a project he's doing with our Rotaract Club.
Hi, everyone. I am not here to claim the raffle prize. That's probably a couple minutes from now. I wanted to talk about something. I just saw the number. I wanted to talk briefly about a homeless project that we're going to be starting with the Rotaract Club. So first, by a show of hands, who has stayed in a hotel before? Yes. Anyone ever noticed that they have small soaps? One of the things that I'd like to ask everyone to look for at home and bring next week to the meeting is if you have extra unused shampoos, conditioners, small soaps, small toothpaste containers, please bring those and donate them. On February 19th at 6:30 p.m. in Benson 185 on CU's campus, along with the Rotaract Club, we'll be stuffing homeless kits for distribution. And additionally, in the next few weeks, you will hopefully see us selling them at tables here. I think many of us think that in this affluent community that we live in, that perhaps homelessness is not as much of an issue as it actually is. Colorado ranks 11th in terms of worst out of the 50 states in homelessness. Washington, D.C. actually has the highest per capita homeless population in the United States, but the Denver metro area is on par with Washington, D.C., and Boulder is incorporated within that. Approximately 1% of our population in the Denver metro area, roughly, is homeless. And of those, 35 to 40% have alcohol abuse problems. Approximately 25 to 30% have substance abuse problems with other drugs. More than 10% are veterans. Many are families. And so your support in this project would be great. And I hope that some of you will come join and meet the Rotaract kids on February 19th at 6:30 p.m. in Benson 185. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Informal survey time. How many of you have gone to the Boulder Dinner Theater on Valentine's Day in years past? Okay, that looks like about 20. How many would like to go this year? Okay, I see 6 or 7 hands going up. Well, I learned Wednesday from the Boulder Dinner Theater that the reservation that they made for us last year had been calendared in their computer system for 2021. So, can you cue up that seating chart? Okay, this is what this reservation looks like. The Boulder Dinner Theater apologized profusely for not sending us notice about this several months ago, because that's the way they normally handle this. So those are the seats that are available. And then the program you can see is Mamma Mia. And if you like, it's set in Greece, and if you like ABBA, the music of ABBA, which when I was a teenager, their records were the most common albums you'd see in a used record store. Not sure why that was, because they seem to be pretty popular. Anyway, that is the program. The group rate is $67 a ticket, and if you are interested, let me know, and we can make an arrangement through the Boulder Dinner Theater to get you in there. And again, some of you I know have done this for a number of years. I've done it a few times myself in the 19 years I've been in the club. And I told Boulder Dinner Theater I'd try and make some lemonade out of this lemon, and so I'm finished. All right. Raffle time. If you are holding a ticket that reads 838-7819, you are this week's raffle winner. Daryl Brown. All right. Okay. Bill, there's your seed money. All right. Thank you, Daryl. George Russell.
Well, we don't have any birthdays today, but I'm glad they put these books on the table because I have a promise to read a book a week, and this supplied my... Are we out of time? Do you need to go on?
No, I am working on peace building with you by empathizing with your position right now.
Okay. Well, I'd like to tell a poem. A person came up to me and said, why is all cowboy poetry about rhyming poetry? Are there any free verse cowboy poets? I said, yes, there are. And they're very good. I used to write free verse when I was younger, but I prefer rhyming verse now. And I said, I'd like to give you my latest free verse poem. It goes like this. I like to write free verse. I do it when I can. Writing rhymes can be hard, speaking man to person. It frees one up so easily to choose words that come to mind, and you don't have to worry, and you don't have to make them kind of sound alike. But the strange thing about free verse, no matter what you're bent, it's putting, but the strange thing about free verse is the word that doesn't rhyme can make it sound much more unnaturally dysrhythmic. But the good thing about free verse, no matter what you're bent, it's putting words together and it doesn't cost a penny. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. Further proof that there's nothing you can say that will ever cause me not to be your friend. Okay, we are due for a audio-visual presentation.
A lot of records,
Rotary wheel.
and records
Rotary wheel.
cost a lot of money. But what good is spending a lot of money if your records don't sound good because of dust and static electricity? That's why I recommend to all our customers the new
Rotary wheel
by
vacuum from Ronco.
It's so easy to use. Just insert any size
Wheel.
record. 30 makes this sound like this.
Wheel.
Get the new
Rotary
record
wheel
vacuum by
vacuum.
Ronco. In fact, buy 2 or 3. They really do make great Christmas gifts.
Also available from Ronco is the membership microphone.
Hey, good looking. We'll be back with a membership proposal. Ronco products were originally not available in stores. Now they're available at
Walgreens, Woolco Woolworth, Osco Drug, Family Drug Centers, Ace Hardware, Good Neighbor Pharmacies, Authorized
and
Ronco
John
dealers.
Sullivan's house.
Hello, I am Megan and I'm 7 years old.
My coat of many colors.
My favourite book is The Secret Seven because I like mystery books.
Today and next week is your chance to make the difference in the life of a child you may never meet. Your sponsorship in the Imagination Library will ensure that a child will receive a high-quality book in the mail each month from now until they are the age of 5. Please look for the Literacy Committee members in the back of the room.
Would you like to participate on the District 5450 WASH Symposium Planning Committee? It's Wednesday, February 28th from 6 to 7 p.m. And if you're interested in participating, please contact our own Charlotte Rome, co-chair of the Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene District 5450 Committee.
The next happy hour will be on Tuesday, February 18th from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Cork. Be there.
Don't miss it. To raise money for their projects, Fairview High School Interact has set up a King Supers Rewards program for their community service. When you shop, a percentage of what King Supers earns from your payment will go to the Fairview High School account. More details are in the rib, and it helps if you buy ribs at King Supers.
This past week, the BRC board voted to donate $1,000 for Australia assistance, and the BRC Foundation voted to match it for a $2,000 donation. Thank you, Rotary.
More funding will be needed for a long time, and there's information in the rib about how to donate. Norris. Where's Norris? Use Norris in a sentence. Hey, Norris, do we need more volunteers for the Spelling Bee, Regional Spelling Bee on February 29th? Well, if we do, contact past District Governor Norris Hermsmeyer for details.
Next week's program on Valentine's Day, February 14th, is the CU Opera Theater Singers.
Wow. Cold and frosty, that's our forecast. So everybody, say it with us now. Have a great weekend.
Most excellent, Daryl and Sally. All right, thank you time. I want to thank Lena Kotke and her able quarterback backup, John Kotke, for being our past president greeters this afternoon. Gordon Gam for being our red badge greeter. Member and guest registration hosted today by Glenn Lenzen, Sue Lounsbury, Eve Kilmer, and I know Kathy Olivier was there too, because she's the one who checked me in. Scholarship raffle woman Charlotte Rome, thank you very much. Audio visual, thank you to Fred Hull, Grant Hickman, Lynn Johnson, and thank you to all of you. And be careful when you go out there in the snow. And just because it's snowing doesn't mean you can't have a great weekend. Meeting adjourned.